Hello everyone, welcome to Talent Sprint. So in this session of geography, we shall discuss the topic called Indian forests. So first, how does a vegetation start? So how does a forest start? So forest starts with first the mosses, okay, the bacteria or the fungi or the algae. So then it moves to algae, that is the food producing organisms. Next it moves to small herbs, small plants, and then they grow as a shrubs, and then they move to the larger trees. So this is the order of natural vegetation. So there are two types of growing a forest. The first is primary succession, the next is secondary succession. If I grow a forest on an empty land, that is called primary succession. First mosses, then algae, then herbs, then shrubs, and then trees. That is called primary succession. Now I cut down a forest, but there are some nutrients inside the soil now. So if I grow another forest on the same land after cutting down a earlier forest, that is called secondary succession. Primary succession takes lot of time to grow, but secondary succession takes lesser time because there are already nutrients present in the soil. This is about the growing of a forest. So moving on to the Indian State Forest Report 2017, as per the Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, the total forest is 21.54% of the total land area in India. And with taking tree cover, that is both forest and tree cover, it is 24.39%. It should be 33% generally, right? National Forest Policy or in Indian Forest Act 1927, National Forest Policy 1988 say it should be 33%. Every state or every country should have minimum 33% of the total land under forests. Forests are our food, as well as they give good oxygen, that is for our breathing, right? So if we cut down our forest, there is no life for us. So we must protect our forests, right? So moving on to the Indian State Forest Report 2017, the highest forest cover is in the state of Madhya Pradesh, then Arunachal Pradesh, then Chhattisgarh. So highest land is under in Madhya Pradesh under forest. Madhya Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. In terms of percentage, it is Lakshadweep, then Mizoram, then Andaman Nicobar Islands. In terms of percentage for states, it is again Mizoram. Okay, so Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram in states, right? Moving on to types of forests in India. So there are different types of forests in the world also, in India also. So same types of category we have in India also. Okay, so first is tropical evergreen or rainy forests. The next is deciduous, tropical deciduous or the monsoon types of forests. And the next is tropical dry forests, and next is arid forests or desert vegetation. And the next is tidal or mangrove forests, and the next is mountain forest. So these are the 6 classifications or divisions of forests. We also find in world as well as in India. Okay, moving on to tropical evergreen. Why it is called evergreen? Okay, because always it will be green. The forest will be very green because of the water availability, either through rainfall or through the on the ground. Okay, that's why it is called tropical evergreen. So the rainfall will be highest. About 200 centimeters of rainfall will be occurring in the year. Okay, more than 200 centimeter of rainfall. That's why generally the tropical evergreen occurs in the tropical regions between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn near the equator, right? So the average temperatures will be high because they are near the equator, minimum 24 degrees centigrades, hot and humid. Okay, because of the higher rainfall, and the trees which are grown are rubber, coconut, the mahogany, ebony, palm trees. These are the major trees grown in tropical evergreen forests, and the trees will shed their leaves all throughout the year. There is no particular season they will be dry. Every time whenever you see the tropical evergreen forest, generally we have the Brazil Amazon forests, it will always be tropical evergreen forests because of the high rainfall, right? So they will shed their leaves throughout the year. Okay, and the trees will compete because for sunlight, and the total water will not receive to the ground because of the huge trees, right? For the sunlight they will compete. right? So this is about the tropical evergreen forests. Moving on to deciduous forests or monsoon types of forests. So India has tropical monsoon forests, monsoon type of climate, right? And also we have majorly we have deciduous type of forests also. Okay, so they are also called as monsoon forests. The temperature and the rainfall will be between 100 to 200 centimeters per year, and the average temperature height will be 25 to 45 meters of the trees. And particularly you can see in the and the I forgot one thing, the tropical evergreen forests are found in the western ghats, the western slopes of western ghats, where the rainfall occurs in Andaman Nicobar Islands and northeastern regions. Moving on to deciduous forests, we have it at the Shivaliks, Ganga Valley, Western Ghats, northeastern India, as well as Andaman Nicobar Islands also. These are very important as far as forest produce is concerned. Neem, sesame, sal, teak, sandalwood, deodar, all these are found in deciduous forests. Okay, comparatively less rainfall occurs between 100 to 200 centimeters of rainfall, and the trees will shed their leaves only in summers, because there is no very less rainfall in summers. So there is a particular shedding season in for the deciduous forests. Remember this. For tropical evergreen, there is no particular season for shedding. They will shed throughout the year. But for deciduous forests or monsoon forests, there is a particular shedding time. After that, they will come back. They will take back the new form of the trees. Okay. Again, the trees will grow back their own leaves. Right. Moving on to tropical dry forests, we can say generally they have two types of configuration: tropical dry deciduous and tropical moist deciduous. We have seen tropical moist deciduous. Now tropical dry deciduous, the rainfall will be 50 to 100 centimeters, and this you will find at the North Indian plains, Punjab, Haryana, eastern Rajasthan. All these places you have this tropical dry forest, in the particular in the middle part of the India. Okay, you have the neem, sesame, babul, peepal, all these trees are grown, and these particularly used for agriculture because of the rivers of Ganga, Indus, Brahmaputra, etc. Moving on to arid or desert forest. Generally, desert forest means there is very less rainfall, less than 50 centimeters. The trees like cactus, babul, kikar, all these are grown. Generally, they don't have leaves. They have a huge stem, and they'll store water under the stem only. And they have thick leaves also. Even though if they have leaves also, they have thick leaves to store water, because the water availability is less, right? And Indian wild deer is common in these deserts, and cactus, kikar, babul, acacia, bushes, Rajasthan, some parts of Haryana and Punjab, and as well as Gujarat, you have these type of forests. Moving on to tidal forests. So tidal means always these forests are in water. You can find in Sundarbans, right, where the river meets the sea. You will have these tidal forests. You have mangrove plants, right? The salt tolerant plants are called mangrove plants. So they grow along the coast where the river meets seas, famous for mangrove and Sundari seas. Mangroves are generally, these are some of the, you have pneumatophores. Generally we hear pneumatophores. They are stick like structure. They come out of water and breathe, because they can't breathe without in the water, because always there will be water in these forests, right? You see small sticks in the mangroves. Okay, these are very famous. You can see in the Sundarban National Park in India. Okay, in West Bengal. Okay, Sundarbans is as well in India as well as Bangladesh. Highest is in Bangladesh, right? And these are also called salt tolerant plants, because river is meeting sea, so some part will be, most of the water will be salty only. Okay, so they know how to filter this salt and take fresh water. These salt tolerant plants, they are called halophytes or mangroves, and they are found at Sundarbans, Andaman Nicobar Islands, Mahanadi Godavari deltas, Gulf of Mannar, Gujarat coast, all these. Okay, most of the coastline of India also. Okay, Pichavaram in Tamil Nadu, Koringa in Andhra Pradesh, all these are very famous for the tidal forests. Moving on to mountain forests. In the mountain regions, how the forests will occur, because they are occurring on the slopes, right? So they are considerably on the slopes of a mountain, and they go up to a 1500-meter evergreen forest like sal, teak, bamboo. And next is there are differentiations. First they will grow high heights at the ground, on the slopes they will grow very lesser heights. Okay, and because of the higher at the higher altitudes we have rhododendrons, junipers, okay, and alpine grasslands. Apples grow on these mountains also, right? Kashmir is very famous for apples, Shimla apples, all those. So apples grow on the mountainous places. Okay, and also with tea, coffee is also grown at the mountain places in Assam, Karnataka, all these places, right? And protection of forests by the Indian government. We have three types of classification of forests in India. First is reserve forest, next is protected forest, and next is unclassified forests. So what do you mean by protected forests? As the name says, they are protected, reserved forests. So first is reserved forest, then protected forest, then unclassified forests. So they are protected under Indian Forest Act 1927. Okay, there is full degree of protection, no timber cutting, we can't use that forest for grazing of animals, right? We can't use for recreation, we can't go for a trip into that forest like that. Full degree of protection is available, and it is around 54 percentage. If you have some 100 percentage of forest, in that 54 percentage is protected forests in India. Next is reserved forests in India. Next is protected forests. So protected forest, it constitutes around 29% in India, and there is less degree of protection. Grazing is allowed, some part of recreation is allowed, human beings are allowed to go there. So these forests are protected forests. So it constitutes 29%, and remaining is the unclassified forests. Okay, so this is about the forest topics. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you.